Before you even say the words, I want a girlfriend, you have some work to do. It's all very well trying to impress a girl and eventually getting her attention, but before you enter into a relationship, you need to be ready. You have to make sure that you have asked yourself a few key questions. And in today's video, I'm going to run you through those questions that you need to be asking yourself and tell you the things that you need to think about before you think about starting a new relationship. And if you have been truthful with yourself when you are answering them, you will then either wait until you are truly ready for a girlfriend, or you will be able to start a relationship knowing that you are ready for it. Let's dive in, like and subscribe. Do you only want a girlfriend because of your friends? Does it seem like all of your friends have girlfriends? Well, I'm here to tell you that even if they do, it does not mean that you need a girlfriend, and it doesn't mean that they are happy. Although it might seem like everyone is always busy hanging out with their partners, it does not mean they are having fun with them. Sometimes this happens in a friend group, and if it has happened to yours, then maybe it's time to find some new friends. Obviously, stay friends with your old friends, but what's the harm in hanging out with some new friends as well? Sometimes you can feel the pressure of all of your friends being in a relationship. Just don't let that be the reason that you get a girlfriend. Get one because you really want one. Are you bored? Sometimes our lives are really busy and we are chronically rushed off our feet. Other times we have very little to do and we find ourselves bored and restless. That's when we might start wanting a girlfriend simply because we have nothing better to do. This is a terrible reason to get a girlfriend, and you are likely to get bored with her pretty quickly. When we make the decision to be in a relationship with someone simply because we are bored, we probably don't like them very much, which means it won't last very long and you will end up hurting them. It's not nice on them or ourselves. So think of a better hobby that you could take up. Maybe there's a sport that you've always wanted to try, or a gaming club that you've always looked at when you've walked past. Try joining these first, and if you still want a girlfriend, then maybe you are more serious about having one than you first thought. Do you have time for a girlfriend? On the opposite end of the spectrum from being bored, you need to sit down and ask yourself, do I have time for a girlfriend? Maybe you have a job that demands a lot of your time, and friends that like to see you and family who want to spend time with you, plus you need your own free time as well. Sometimes it is hard to admit, but we simply do not have time for another person in our lives. Having a partner adds a lot to your to-do list. You have to start thinking about two people instead of one, which can sometimes be really difficult. If you are already really busy, then adding the strain of a relationship can lead to it failing. So wait until you have had a little more time in your life so that you can fully commit to that special someone. Do you know how to treat a girl nicely? Have you learnt how to treat a girl nicely? It's more than simply buying her flowers. You need to make sure that you can be a good boyfriend before you become one. That means being able to do things like listening to her when she's having problems and offering your opinion. Boyfriends need to treat their girlfriends like equal and with lots of love. And if you think that you can do all of this plus take her out on nice dates, then you might be ready for a girlfriend. If you think you could do with a little more practice, then why don't you spend some time learning by watching dating advice on our YouTube channel? And once you feel ready, you can find the right girl for you. Are you willing to give up a little bit of freedom? Whether we like this or not, when we have a partner, we end up giving up some of our freedom. There is no way to avoid this because as a relationship becomes more serious, we then need to spend more time with our partner. You might want to go out drinking with your friends, but your girlfriend wants you to stay indoors and watch movies with her when she's feeling unwell. Clearly, you have lost some of your freedom here, which is okay if that's what you want. But if you are not willing on a serious note to lose out on these freedoms, then you really need to rethink committing to a girlfriend. Could you handle having a girl around your friends? This one probably sounds a little bit strange to you, doesn't it? But the truth is, can you trust your friends around your girlfriend? You still want to spend time with your friends. In fact, you really enjoy spending all of your free time with them, but you're not too sure what it would be like to have your girlfriend around when you are with them too. They might not be nice to her, or they might be really nice, too nice in fact, and actually end up flirting with her, both of which you would not like. Your girlfriend might even hang out with your friends a few times and then tell you that she doesn't really like them. Now it's a risky move. So if you are happy to keep them separate or mix them up, but only sometimes, then that is fine. If you want to spend time with your friends all of the time, then you need to be thinking to yourself, is this the right time for me to have a girlfriend? It's more than just sex. This one, it's not a question, it's a statement. You need to remember that a relationship is more than sex. Sex is something that comes with the relationship, if you are lucky, but you shouldn't go in expecting it or demanding it. Relationships run a lot deeper and are more about feelings, emotions, and being able to share your life with someone. And if all you are looking for is that constant, time in the sheets, then this is fine, but maybe stick to one-night stands instead of relationships. When was the last time that you had a girlfriend? It's an important question to ask yourself. When was the last time I had a girlfriend? And are you a serial boyfriend, which means jumping from girlfriend to girlfriend, or has it been a few years since you have been in a relationship? Because you might have even never had a girlfriend. So let's break this down. If you are jumping from lady to lady, you need to be asking yourself why you are doing this and why you think it's not working out for you. Plus, it's worth investigating an attachment trauma there too. If you don't break that pattern, it will only ever continue and happen over and over and over again. So if you've not been in a relationship for a few years, this is a good thing. Maybe you have done a lot of work on yourself and you really understand how a girl should be treated now. And if you've never had a girlfriend, what do you need to learn before you get into a relationship? Whatever the last time was when you were in a relationship with a girl, it's important that you think about that time before you get a new one. This, gents, very important. Are you over your ex? If you have an ex-girlfriend, be serious now. Are you over her? Or do you have those niggling feelings left? Often when a relationship ends, we end up hurt, understandably. But instead of sitting down and dealing with our feelings, we just jump into another relationship. A few months down the line, we realize that we are still in love with our ex, and then we have to leave that current relationship and try to win our ex back. And by then, your ex might have moved on, or they don't want to date you because they've seen you with someone else. The person that you were in a relationship with is really hurt, and well, they're never going to date you again. It's just messy, and it's better to avoid it and wait until you are ready to love. Are you ready to share your life with someone? When you become someone's boyfriend, you start to share a life with them. This means them meeting your friends and you meeting theirs. Plus there's families to meet and you will probably move in together at some point. Now have a think, are you ready for this? Is it the life that you want? Because if you don't feel ready, then don't rush into it. Wait until you are. And if you are ready, then awesome, it's time for you to say, I want a girlfriend. There you go, we've reached the end of the video. I really hope this video helped. Leave your comments down below if you feel I've missed something from today's video. And one more thing, if you want to get your name rolling up like these people's names just here, then all you have to do is click the link in the description bar to find out a little bit more. Have an amazing day, like and subscribe. See you soon.